Hello and welcome to Tokyo Expressway south counterclockwise for round 1 of this Seek the Sunrise Endurance series. We have Heisenberg leading us away with our reigning Chase the Sunset champion Pedretti in second. We've got John Boy in third, Kevman in fourth, then we've got McFlurry, Tweetman, Ollie, myself and Mackie away for a 50-minute 24-hour cycle race. We've got random weather on. We're going to be going day night day. It's going to be quite the race and quite the challenge for all of the drivers, but immediately Pedretti putting pressure on Heisenberg. Pedretti is a driver we know loves to control the pace of races. He's going for it, but no, Heisenberg too quick in a straight line. It's an endurance race, it's not won on the first lap, so there's no need to go overboard. Got John Boy there, he's brought a classic to this, and is that classic going to be up to competing with those more modern vehicles? Well, in the hands of John Boy, we've got to assume that it can be. He's under attack though at the moment from Kevman. Kevman sporting a quite lovely livery for this particular series. Look out for Tweetman behind it. Tweetman's got a secret weapon in that Audi. Tweetman is packing DRS, the drag reduction system. Is that something he can bring into play here? There are a couple of very long straights at this track. He's diving to the inside of Kevman right now. He's got past Kevman and John Boy. John Boy there shuffled down to 5th, so Tweetman up to 3rd. Quite a move. He's trying to get himself where he likes to be, which is up with the leaders, if not controlling the pace of the race. Drivers have got to be concerned about tyres and fuel. Oh, Tweetman there getting taken around. I think he just put his back end where Kevman's front end was. The two of them came together. Not quite sure who to attribute blame to with that, but Gran Turismo 7 choosing to not attribute blame to anybody. So the drivers continue on their way. The Gran Turismo right at the back there, saving fuel, as much fuel as humanly possible for the shortest pit stop possible. We'll see if that works out. We've got Mackie just up ahead of Tweetman. Mackie also choosing to bring a classic. And he's certainly the most aerodynamic looking car on the field. Just got past Ollie there. Ollie in the Lexus. Bit of a sitting duck, but of course Ollie could be saving fuel. We've already had qualifying for this race, so we know the outright pace of these cars. Oh, but meanwhile, we haven't seen it, but Pedretti has made it past Heisenberg. So Pedretti now free to scamper away, and he's already putting some daylight between himself and Heisenberg. Heisenberg then a long way back to John Boy in 3rd. McFlurry and Kevman there have both touched the wall. They've both got penalties for that. So easy to do here at Tokyo. It's nice to see the whole field staying together. Oh, McFlurry. Oh, he's got damage. So McFlurry having to bail. Oh dear. So whatever's happened there with Kevman, it's apparent that McFlurry's hit the wall quite hard. Ollie also with a penalty, so the driver's pushing a little bit. McFlurry was on softs by the look of that, so will he now switch to the other compulsory tyre? Well, we don't really know. So lots has happened already. We've got drivers there serving penalties. Is that going to allow myself to take up a place? It does. So in amongst the Kevmans and the Ollies of this world. Here we go, up into 5th. Don't think that's going to last very long though. I don't think Kevman is saving fuel quite as aggressively as myself. In fact, he just sails on by, so I think that definitely answers that. At this stage of the race, John Boy simply unable to keep up with the pair of Pedretti and Heisenberg. Of course, that could change later on in the race. We don't know what tactics people are using, what fuel modes people are using. Right now, the Gran Turismo under pressure from Ollie. Ollie in the Lexus trying to send it past the Nissan. Well, he's looking for a way around. There's not much defensive driving going on, but a little bit of perhaps making the car wider than it needs to be in corners. Because who wants to lose places anyway? Side by side with Tweetman there. Just trying to get away from Ollie by putting another car in that zone. Tweetman coming off the hards. He's had enough of those. So Tweetman opts to go onto either the mediums or the softs to try and get all of those compulsory tyre changes done. Wow, Ollie in 6th now, myself in 5th, Kevman in 4th but hitting the wall, I think, maybe not. Might just been the way I was looking at things. John Boy in 3rd, all on his own, bless him. And then we've got Eisenberg and Pedretti right together. They're both fast, they're pushing hard, but are they pushing too hard? Is this going to come back and bite them later on when they need to make their compulsory stops? Perhaps they're burning fuel too fast and too hard. Is Heisenberg going to go for it? No, he didn't. As Pedretti there, just close the door a little bit. Heisenberg all over the back of Pedretti. Of course, Heisenberg could be just as easily saving fuel there by sitting in Pedretti's slipstream. It's a fairly long race. We're only 6.5 minutes in to this 50-minute battle. Anything could happen. It looks as though it's getting a bit misty. I don't know if that's perhaps a bit of foreshadowing there for some rain. Even if it rains in these races, the driver still needs to pick all tyres. Eisenberg is through into 1st place. So these two not messing around at all. After his early stop, McFlurry has bounced back with the fresh rubber. He's up into 5th at the moment. I don't think McFlurry is saving fuel since he's now out of sequence with his pit stops. He's got a bit more flexibility with his fuel. It's all over the back of Kevman at the moment. Kevman out a little bit wide there from being defensive. McFlurry looking for a way through, trying to go around the outside. Can't quite make it pay. Got to keep an eye on Ollie behind him, although Ollie has a penalty, so Ollie isn't really that much of a threat. And well, McFlurry's right behind Kevman in that slipstream. Oh, but he can't get across because Mackie's there. Mackie sends it up the inside and gets past everyone. Good move, Mackie. Good thinking. Kevman's managed to power back by being in the right place at the right time as we take the run down to that very, very heavy braking zone. But it's Mackie who leads this pack now in that CLK, and I think he's got that move done and dusted because Kevman looked unable to actually come back and launch a counter-attack. So Mackie having a great run. Oh, we've got a cut penalty though for Mackie and for Kevman and for McFlurry, so that's going to be all even Stevens there. I don't think Mackie has got one, has he? No, it's just Kevman and McFlurry, so that's even better for him. Looking out nicely, look at all the cars streaming through the tunnel together. It's very, very difficult to run side by side in these sections without touching the wall. It takes a lot of trust from the drivers near you. Diving into the hairpin at the pit lane entrance. Don't think anybody's pitting this time around. Mackie maintains that position, but McFlurry has made it past Kevman in that braking zone. So McFlurry up to 5th. Lots of penalties about to be served, and that's going to be absolute music to Tweetman's ears because he's been pulling back from that early stop to get rid of those hards. And up to 6th. Oh, 7th, 6th. So he's back in the mix. Hasn't lost out by too much, getting rid of those tyres. Having a look at 5th now, getting past McFlurry. Oh, but the two of them trading a little bit of paint there. And McFlurry musters his way back in front of Tweetman. Up at the front, Pedretti has got a little bit of daylight between himself and Heisenberg. In fact, Heisenberg with a 1.5 second penalty, so he's hit a wall somewhere. and he's peeling off into the pit, so Heisenberg has damage on his car. He needs to get that sorted out. That's going to quite possibly promote John Boy into second. In fact, John Boy looks a little bit closer to Espadretti, so I wonder if those two drivers perhaps came together, or if John Boy's maybe looking after his tyres a little better. We are at 1/5 distance in the race now, so people will definitely be feeling some tyre wear. Heisenberg's come out in third, but he was immediately overtaken by Mackie, and of course Heisenberg also has to serve that penalty, so he's going to fall right back into this big pack. This is not what he wanted at all. It's really going to interfere with his charge back to battle with Pedretti. I'm about to find out exactly how low he's going to go. Here's a penalty spot, so Mackie's through. Everybody down to 8th. Just myself. Oh no, that's it. Heisenberg first to last. Oh no! What happened, McFlurry? Can we get a replay? So McFlurry was behind. I don't know what happened. He was alongside Tweetman. Tweetman pulls over, and oh, McFlurry in a spin. So those two came together on that left-hander just after the start-finish line. Well, with that disaster, has Tweetman got damage? Doesn't look like it at the moment. He's in third place, making good use of that DRS, which you just see closed there. Once you get into the corners, the car perhaps a little bit more unstable than the other cars. Heisenberg pulling back nicely. What a drive he's on at the moment. Heisenberg really pushing. Has Tweetman got damage from that coming together with McFlurry? And has McFlurry got damage? He certainly hit the barriers pretty hard. I think he'll be very lucky to have escaped without damage. But this is a great battle right now between Tweetman and Heisenberg. Tweetman not able to use the DRS all the way through that section. Keep seeing the wing drop, so he is making good use of it. Mackie's still in the fray as well, but with a penalty. Ollie in the pits, getting rid of those hard tyres. Heisenberg now pulling a gap to Tweetman, trying to head off after John Boy in second place. So we're going to remove on Kevman. No, just too far back. Oh, that was Mackie heading into the pits. So Mackie's soft tyres have had enough, and so they should. We're about 15 minutes in. I think those soft tyres have done well to get that car this far in the race. All the cars spreading out now, so perhaps everybody just nursing the cars a little bit until their pit stops, and they can figure out what their strategy is going to be. Kevman having a look at Tweetman. Can't do anything there. In fact, Kevman out very wide. He's outbraked himself. Oh, Tweetman also outbraked himself. So that's myself up to 4th. Kevman in 5th, right on the back of my car, and Tweetman lost quite a bit of ground there, but you can see the difference in pace there from a car that is not saving fuel compared to a car that is saving fuel quite aggressively. So Tweetman and Kevman both through. In fact, Tweetman making the move on Kevman as well, getting rid of a slingshot. So back into 4th. Status quo as it was before. But there you go. The drivers are still racing. They're not just circulating. It looks now as though Heisenberg is reeling in John Boy. I think John Boy's tyres probably hurting at this time in the race. Heisenberg there looks like he's got a good clear run. We're coming down the start-finish straight at the moment. Just at the end of the start-finish straight is first place Espadretti, and Heisenberg there goes to the inside. John Boy leaves him plenty of space. John Boy knows there are different phases of the races right now. John Boy hasn't yet pitted for any tyres, so we're hoping to come back with better fuel options and fresher rubber later in this event. A little further back, we've got Ollie attacking me. Ollie looking very aggressive, going left and right. Where can he get through? There's a very heavy braking zone here. Ollie steps out of the slipstream, moves to the inside. They're alongside, and that looks like job done, but can we just power around the outside? We can. Plenty of space being given by both drivers. It's Ollie who comes out ahead of that battle into 6th place. Ahead there we just saw Kevman have a lunge at Tweetman, so Kevman not sticking around either. These drivers looking a little bit racier. Perhaps it's because they've got better grip on their fuel levels now, and they know when they're going to be pitting, so they know just how much fuel they can use to attack. As you can see, it's getting very dark now. The headlights are on. Night is falling. It looks as though Ollie potentially harassing Kevman at this point. Kevman flashing his lights, trying to give Tweetman the hurry up, and I think Tweetman just putting the hammer down now because he's pulling away from Kevman. He's got a penalty, so that must have been a barrier impact, just a glancing impact. This is really going to affect Tweetman's position. It's affected his straight line speed as well. Kevman just comes through into 4th place. Ollie trying to have a look around the outside. Tweetman comes back under Kevman. Well, the switcheroo followed by the double switcheroo. Kevman back into 4th, and Tweetman's just going to have to work that 1.5 second penalty into his strategy at the moment. Tweetman having a look up the inside of Kevman, can't quite make it happen. Puts Kevman a little bit adrift though. He's okay, still going, but Ollie is approaching with much greater speed. It's affected Tweetman as well, because we're going to have a look at Tweetman while Ollie's having a look at Kevman. Ollie is indeed through into 4th place, and then loses it again into 5th. Ollie there not with the greatest acceleration. I don't know if it's his tyres or his fuel mode, but not really able to maintain an assault there. Still attacking Tweetman though. That makes us wonder, is Tweetman carrying damage? Where's he gone? He's all the way over there. But Tweetman certainly going to lose out just here. He's about to go from 4 to 3 as Tweetman serves his penalty, dropped to 7th. He's soon caught up. Where is he? There he is. Tweetman soon caught up, and he's back through into 6th place. So he's going to be launching an attack on Ollie pretty imminently. Ollie goes defensive, trying to cover off that inside line. Tweetman all over the place looking for a way past. Ollie sitting in Kevman's slipstream, just hoping that's going to give him a little bit more speed. Pedretti pits from 1st place. He's coming off the hard tyres. He's going to have to hope that he doesn't end up falling into the clutches of this pack here, because they are all battling. They're not really too interested in letting another driver through. Pushing the pit lane now. John Boy pits in 3rd. Looks like he's been using a lot more fuel in his car. Oh no, Ollie! You got that all wrong there. Just not enough traction. The car tried to over-rotate on him. Up ahead, Tweetman taking a very wide line there. Currently in 3rd, chasing Kevman, who's currently in 2nd. But it's Heisenberg who leads this race at the moment. Further back down the order, Pedretti in 6th place. We've got John Boy down in 9th. So they're going to want to be putting pedal to the metal and working their way back through the crowd. Ollie has a penalty up ahead, so Ollie's had a wall impact. That's going to cheer Pedretti up. He's not going to have to overtake Ollie, although he probably is going to have a go at it anyway. Yeah, he does. He just sends it. Sails on past Ollie and myself. Got to assume both drivers just letting Pedretti through because, you know, it's not the same race, is it? Pedretti's racing for the win. The driver there just racing for the midfield. Tweetman launching an assault on Kevman, trying to get ahead of him before Pedretti catches up. Heisenberg is just pitted off the softs, so Heisenberg about to lose a lot of time. He's only got 9% of fuel left, so he's going to want to tank up that car. How long is he going to spend in the pits? Is this Pedretti's moment to get past him? Here is Pedretti in third. Just got past Kevman. And yeah, looks as though Pedretti has made it past Heisenberg. So Tweetman leading, but perhaps a pit stop down. I think Pedretti is our de facto leader at the moment. It's a little chaotic at the moment. Mackie in the pits. And Pedretti there, just sneaking through Tweetman. Tweetman not putting up much of a fight at this point in the race. Perhaps hoping he can get some raw pace out of the car later on with fresher tyres and more fuel. We're over halfway and Heisenberg is back on the attack. Currently sizing up Kevman in 4th place. Going for the move. And that move's already done. Can he outbrake Ollie as well into the hairpin? I'm not so sure. I say it's a hairpin, it's really a double right-hander. But you know, it's a very tight double right-hander, in which Heisenberg gets past Ollie. So now chasing after Tweetman. Here is Tweetman a little bit ahead, but falling adrift of Pedretti, who is just so fast around here. Here we go, Heisenberg versus Tweetman. Tweetman having a great race up in second, but I think it's about to it's about to be 1 place less. So Heisenberg jumps to the inside. That's a very popular passing point in this particular race. I guess that just suits the cars and the drivers under these conditions. Kevman pitting off the mediums. Still 20 minutes of racing to go, Kevman, so make your tyre choice carefully. Of course, only got 10% of fuel left, so he had to do something. Ollie tucked firmly into the slipstream of McFlurry, and McFlurry out wide and touching the wall. That's going to compromise him. John Boy right behind Ollie, so John Boy's going to be getting involved any moment now. Can the Lexus fend? Oh, he can. Look at Ollie going for it, up into 5th. Can he hold that? I think he can. From 5th to 4th. Ollie on the move. And I think John Boy is following him through. Going to go 3 wide into the double right-hander. Very brave. That's where Ollie lost it earlier. That's myself into the pits to get rid of those medium tyres. And Ollie there did really well to come out in 4th. But John Boy, well, we know how phenomenally fast John Boy is. When John Boy is chasing you down, you are marked for a passing. Although John Boy's car looking very ponderous through that particular section of the track. Heavy braking zone coming up. Is this John Boy's chance to pounce on Ollie? It is not. Ollie did a good job there. Oh, but he's a bit of oversteer. Oh, the Lexus seems to be running on rims at the back. And Ollie there drops to 6th as he fights to control the car. Surely it's just time to get rid of those tyres, Ollie. Because that did not look at all good. So I assume down here Ollie's going to dive into the pits. A yellow flag up ahead. I'm not quite sure who that's for. We'll find out when we come around the corner. I might be in for Tweetman, who's just dived into the pits with 1% of fuel left. So Tweetman cutting it really fine, really doing his maths. So watching John Boy now, who has been promoted to 2nd because unfortunately Heisenberg has DNF'd. Such a pity. It was going to be a great race with Pedretti, but now Pedretti looks like he's absolutely dominating this race up ahead. There he is. He's on a great drive. We've got McFlurry in the pits at the moment, so that's myself promoted to 4th. We've got Ollie in 3rd. Just over 10 minutes of real world racing to go. The sun not yet coming up, so all the drivers very much in the dark about their chances in this race. Tweetman and Kevman together on track once more. McFlurry up ahead with a 3-second penalty, so he's had a big incident and that's cost him heavily. as Tweetman sets the fastest lap of the race of 1:41. And he's on a mission at the moment. I don't know if Tweetman's going to have to pit again, or if he can make this last to the end. But we'll know in about 15 minutes. Kevman and McFlurry very close together. Ollie there in third place, diving into the pits to get rid of those mediums. So Ollie, that's probably his last stop. Wanting to come out on something to take him to the end of the race. Will the softs last for that long? Well, I don't know. I don't even know what Ollie's already used. But right now, oh yeah, Ollie's going on to softs for his final stint. It's official. And that's myself down to fourth as Tweetman goes on to the podium. Kevman goes up to fourth. Wow, it's a bad day to be me. Down to sixth there. McFlurry having a look at Kevman. Couldn't quite make it happen, but he's definitely going to go for the move. We've got another heavy braking zone coming up, so perhaps this is going to be it. McFlurry's sizing up. Kevman goes left, goes right, goes left again. Just trying to sell Kevman a dummy. Is Kevman a dummy? I don't think so. Oh, McFlurry there, unsighted by Kevman in front, loses out to myself, although he's back through again. You can defend yourself in that particular part of the racetrack just by letting your opponent go ahead in the first apex and then getting them on the second one. I don't think McFlurry's giving up though. He's having another look up the inside. Nope, still can't do it. Never mind. Got the hairpin here, and McFlurry into fourth for the moment. Is he going to keep it there? He is. He gets the car ahead of Kevman. I think that was a grandpa there losing all traction when he accelerated. So you know, I'm still pointing in the right direction, but that's ground lost. So I'm not sure there's anything Kevman can do about McFlurry at the moment. It looks as though at this phase in the race McFlurry's faster, and Kevman out there and into the barrier. That's a 1.5 second penalty for Kevman. So that's going to put him back probably behind myself in sixth, and he's still bouncing off the barriers. I think having some sort of issues there. There we go, Kevman down to sixth place. And in fact, Mackie's not too far down. Mackie has a penalty as well, and then Ollie's behind has a penalty as well. So this is it. The mental fatigue starting to set in. The drivers have been going flat out now around this very technical track for 40 minutes. They're in the dark at the moment. They're still thinking tyres and fuel. It's a lot going on. Once that mental fatigue sets in, you know, mistakes can happen. Kevman up alongside me, and it's an easy pass. An easy pass through a technical part of the track. So both drivers living to fight another day. Bravo. Always good to leave space for your opponents, even when you don't want to. It's only fair. Kevman seems to be setting about getting that slipstream from McFlurry, and maybe he's going to try and make a move into double right-hander. I think actually he's too far back. Kevman not able to make a move on this lap, but he's staying with McFlurry pretty well. There we go. There's not a lot of gap there between fourth and sixth. Kevman there, I think, just hit the inside. Yeah, he did. He hit the inside wall, and that spat him out to the outside wall, and that's a penalty. So that's arrested his charge against McFlurry, and McFlurry's going to be breathing a sigh of relief at the moment. I don't think Kevman's going to be able to serve the penalty this lap. He's not. He's got to serve it on the current lap, because it happened so late in the lap. A little bit behind there, we've got Ollie, who's been having a very good aggressive drive. He's lining up myself. Here we go, dive to the inside. Ollie up into sixth. A very convincing move. Oh, there's McFlurry. McFlurry's out-braked himself, and he's down to seventh. So from fourth to seventh, McFlurry's going to be kicking himself. Kevman has made it into fourth because Kevman has that penalty to serve. McFlurry back past there, and there'll be oh, he's driving angry. Oh, and McFlurry and Kevman come together. That is not good. That is not good at all. Both drivers having penalties, and also a penalty for the Grandpa Mobile. So it looks like all three drivers there involved in an epic shunt. I couldn't really tell what happened. It all happened in a very strange place. But yeah, that's not good for any of them. McFlurry looks annoyed there with that body language, and look, Mackie has turned up on the scene without a penalty. So Mackie is going to really be able to benefit from this. He's currently in last, but he's, you know, he's been keeping his nose clean. Hopefully keeping his tyres clean. We'll see where everybody ends up this lap through the penalty zone. We can see the penalty markers now appearing. The sun has just started to come up for the last 5 minutes of racing. So here we go. Penalties are about to be served. Mackie, of course, straight through them. Didn't get past McFlurry. We did. So Mackie's up into 5th as we start the last stretch really of this race. Maybe 3 more laps. Mackie and McFlurry side by side. Mackie's car looks fantastic, doesn't it? It looks so dangerous, so much more aerodynamic than the other cars. And McFlurry trying to go around the outside. Both of these liveries very colourful. Oh, McFlurry looking struggling with his tyres. Couldn't get the power down. Mackie's car looking absolutely planted. So he's been sitting at the back of the field there. Mackie, he's been saving his tyres. And it's paid off for him. All that patience working out just the way he needs it to. Mackie now up behind Ollie. Mackie looking for one more spot. The time is about to run out. Oh, Mackie getting a penalty. If he could have just stayed behind Ollie and let Ollie take that penalty, then it would have been all good for Mackie. We've seen Espadretti cross the finish line in first place though. Espadretti is the winner of the first race of the series. John Boy, he's driven well, he's driven heroically, but it just wasn't enough. John Boy crosses the line in second place. Tweetman there in the Audi. He's probably not going to be too unhappy with a podium finish in third. Sounded very slow across the line with his very low on fuel. Then we've got Mackie and Ollie both with penalties. McFlurry without. Oh, so close to the finish of the race. This is going to really hurt them. I don't know if we're going to see the true positions. We are going to see the true positions. McFlurry takes 4th, Kevman 5th, Mackie 6th, Ollie 7th, and myself struggling there back in 8th. So congratulations to Espadretti on winning the first race of the season. Everybody pushed hard, drove hard, and well, there were a lot of incidents in that race. You can see that everybody wanted it. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure to have you, and I hope you'll join us for the next race at Bathurst.